Decisions. Alright. Time to decide something. Good thing there's girls' bikes. Plenty of girls' bikes to make some cool boys' bikes. Alright, it's not like I didn't try. There's a motor. There's a motor. And there's a motor. But that frame is just too small, and I can make anything fit anything by cutting it, stretching it, and doing what I want with it. But I kind of like this bike just for its old paint. I think it's very unique for stuff that's at least seen in the USA, being a German bike, and I think it deserves just to get put back together as a rat bike. So that's the mission I'm going on right now. I just shoved the fenders back on it to get an idea, and I grabbed some old seats. This is one I picked up at Todd's farm last Sunday for 12 bucks. It's an old Elgin. I don't think it's right for this bike. I do and I don't. I kind of actually want to save it for something that's really motorized, antique with those big ass springs on it, and the patina of the leather that's on it. But I was trying to get an idea what I want to do for position. This bike will be too small for me. I might do something radical, or I might just make it what it is. And if I want to ride it, I got to stand up off the seat and pedal it. So that's yet to be found out yet, though. So I think I'm going to work on taking those wheels back off and getting some kind of strapping. There's nothing on the front fender, and there's what's left of that one on the rear fender. I might just rip those off and steal the ones off of those fenders. The fact that those were 24-inch wheels and rims and fenders, that I may be able to use these legs and kind of come up with what I need to come up with. But we'll see. I'm going to go start on that now. I've been whittling away a little bit, just getting all the kind of the fender stuff squared away. This is the original one that was on there, that bent up piece of crap. I had to heat the other side, and it's got some doohickeys and whatnot in it, but good enough to hold it. And pounded out the chain guard, got that squared away. I do have to tack this piece back to this piece. Whoops. And added a washer to the front because that one was ripped out, and then stole the front support off of the girl's bike behind me for that one, so that kind of supports that fender. Hey, I beat the dents out of the fender so they'd fit halfway decent. And I was going to pedal it for you until I just pushed it over off the piece of wood. So I'm going to reset up that. But all the cranks are cleaned up, and the bearings and the pedals spin now and all that kind of happy stuff, you know. Let me go plop that back up on the piece of wood. And so it'll be a functional. Brakes. Just got coaster brakes, pedal backwards for them. But just getting all the clearances and everything straightened away. Took the chain off the other one, cut some links out of it. This front sprocket was bent that back. So I do figure I need to take the whole thing apart yet, but I'm just trying to get everything so it fits. I'm not sure what I'm going to jump on next. Maybe trying to figure out what I want to do for a seat, or I'm looking at the front forks and they actually look like they're kicked back a little bit, so I'm gonna probably just disassemble it, heat it up, kind of kick it, and I might actually just rake it a little bit more the other way, give it a little bit more of a board track racer kind of profile, you know, something like that. We'll see. All right, so I went to go take the handlebars out, take the forks out, heat them up and bend them. The only problem is This is a real long bolt. It's probably about that long, and then there's a wedge on the bottom of it. Well, the bolt is seized to that wedge, so the whole thing is just kind of twisting. It's just going to snap, and I'm going to lose that assembly. So to make things, I don't know, easier or harder or more interesting, I'm going to bend the forks the way I'm going to bend the forks. So this conglomeration will be what we're going to go try. So it'll either work in success or explode or do something. So I figured I'd turn the camera on. Got 2 pair of vice grips on the end of the legs. Piece of wood. The vice grips are stopping the wood from sliding off. There's a bottle jack on it. And another piece of angle iron to make those vice grips fit around that frame. So that post can push against that. And now I'm going to try to make that and that further apart. So let's go see what happens. I know it's going to have a lot of spring back, so. Still looks like it's holding on. So no, it is. The cap kind of gets you lost too. I don't think the cap is. I think the cap is kicked back. So I'm trying to look at that line, and that line straight down. More. Now it's getting hard to. I definitely got it bent forward now. Let's see what we get for spring back. Hey-ya. Alright, that could stay in there. That's pretty good. I raked it out pretty good. I'd say I'm probably about 1.5 inches past where I started. You see the cap move too, where the bearing is. I'm gonna go pop the tire back on there and we'll go see what it looks like now. Alright, so I got it pretty much put back together. And took the frame, wiped it down with parts washing solution and the Scotch-Brite. Did knock off the heavy rust. And then I just rubbed in with another Scotch-Brite a bunch of heavy oil. And I may wax it at a later date, but like I did the single cab, but we'll see. I like to get another light for the front. I thought I had an old crusty, rusty one for it. It would mount right here. You can see what's left of what was the light. But I like the patina of it. So, I'm a little big for it, but I'll try putting it up and down the driveway. It's not bad, you know, for a 24-inch frame. Then I'm 6'1", so it's probably made for a kid about 5 foot tall. But it works for me. I don't know if I'm going to keep that seat on there. That seat's really a nice seat that I picked up at a swap meet. The old style with the kickback. But it beats letting it sit on a shelf, right? So I figure I'll put it on this for now. If I find something different, I'll change it. If I don't, it'll stay there. Alright guys, it was just a kind of a rainy day, so I figured it would be a good idea for me to have some fun and just put something together. Kind of needed to do that. So, that's the journey. A couple of victims laying around, parts. But yeah, it was a little too small for a motor, but I like it for what it is. I like the fact that I've never heard of a Black Knight before. And it was calling to me to put it back together, so I did. Alright guys, thanks for watching, comment, subscribing.